Hello, I want to do a vlog today just talking about how I wrote a short story and I put it online on a few sites, particularly Figment and Wattpad. And also I posted a link to it on Facebook just yesterday, and I feel really happy. Like today I was feeling so happy because like normally when I've been writing stuff, like I've been writing this story that I've been writing for like years and years, and then like I write like chapter by chapter, and then when I finish a chapter I put it online and stuff like that. But often my friends will be when they find that that I like writing, they'll be like, oh, one day when you finish your story, just let me know so I can read it and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, and stuff like that. But I never really had anything that I could just like have like, here's a story that I finished, that it's complete, that I'm really happy with, you can read it. But this time I did have one, so it's been really great because today, like, a lot of my friends replied on Facebook on the comments after the link. They said that they liked the story. My sister read it and she said she really liked it as well. And like some friends sent me like a message and stuff. I was like, wow, that's really cool. It's such a nice feeling. And apart from that, there's also a really nice feeling of like just the whole process was so much fun when I just look back at it. Um, like sometimes I'll hear like some authors say, or writers say that they don't enjoy writing, but they enjoy having written. Like once they've written, they enjoy that part. But when I was thinking about this particular story, I enjoyed all of the parts to it actually, because the story is I called it Winter Soliloquy, mainly because the character of Winter, like I had this idea of like a goddess of winter, and she was named Lady Winter for so long, and then I thought of her name. The name that just came to me was Soliloquy, and I didn't even know what that word meant when it popped into my head, but I just thought that's a nice name, it sounds good. And then when I looked it up, it kind of fits a little bit to what it means, which is kind of like freakily kind of cool in a way. I think it means I don't know, you might want to look it up, or I could look it up for you. Soliloquy definition. I will try to keep talking in the meantime. Soliloquy. It's hard to do two things at once. Soliloquy, from Latin, to oneself, I talk, is a device often used in drama when a character speaks to himself or herself, relating thoughts and feelings, thereby also sharing them with the audience, giving off the illusion of being a series of unspoken reflections. So it's kind of like, in a way it fits because this little short story was just a kind of a reflection of, or something that I was thinking about, and I just wanted to get it out there. So I'll go through the process of how this story came to be and what kind of makes me really happy. Like first of all, like it's about winter, and I won't tell you too much about it, except like I had this idea pop in my head of because this story is based on kind of like some stages that I went through with the thoughts about winter, and then then it just kind of came to me, this storyline that could come out of this thing. I was like, I should write this. I was thinking to myself, I should write this story. Like I just had, how you get this feeling sometimes, like you should do something, like it just wells up inside you. I had that feeling, and it was like a long time ago. It was like maybe a year or more ago, and it just kind of bubbled in my head, and I put it on my to-do list on my phone. My phone has a to-do list, and it kind of sat there at the bottom of the to-do list, write winter story or something, whatever, for a long time. Like, how I'm clearing off to-dos? That one just stayed there for ages. It was like I couldn't get rid of it. It was just sitting there because I didn't want to get rid of it, because in case I would forget. But and then what happened was this year, Figment, one of the sites that I post, sometimes I post my story on, it emailed me and it said like there was a writing competition this February or January or something, like I think it was February, and it said and write a short story of 1,234 words about winter as a theme, or winter, or it had a few words, but winter was one of them. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. Here's like some motivation for me to just get this story out, because I had actually tried to write the story before. Like I sat down and wrote it, and I think for some reason maybe I concentrated on because where the story ends in one of this version I've written, I was writing after that part, like stuff, and it didn't really. There was so much going on, and it didn't have the right feel. I just couldn't do it. But so this time around, I had my file. Like I have this file on my MacBook Air. It's called I call it Careless or something. I named it something like that. Where inside this file, I have freedom where I don't think about what other people are thinking about the story. I just try to have fun and enjoy writing the story, and I don't care whatever I want to type. I just type it, and that's the setting that I wrote out this story. Like it was so fun. Like I had so much fun. You know, sometimes you write a story, and well, sometimes when I write, I'm thinking, oh, okay, I wrote it like this, but what will other people think about this scene, or But for this, it was not that. It was like whatever I enjoyed, I just put it in there. I was having a blast. I really did. So I wrote it all out, all in one sitting. Like, boom, all came out, and then I looked at the word count, and I had to like trim it down, like the word count down to 1,234, and that was kind of good in a way because it really got me to like trim the fat out of this story, and it just kind of is pretty as concise as I can get it. And it was just really, sometimes you do things and it just kind of fits. Like I don't know how it happens, but sometimes things just fit. This particular short story, I feel it fits so well with what I intended, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm so happy with it. I really don't want to change anything with it. It's just the tone of it, everything. I don't know how it happened, but I love the fact that it happened. It's like, and that's why I was so proud of it to like, link it on Facebook. Like, if anyone ever wanted to read something that I've written, here's like something short that's finished that kind of really, sums up like what my writing is like. I think like it's just all, and kind of cool. I wasn't trying to do any messages really, except for the main message of, that winter is awesome, but I wasn't trying to do any other messages. But when I look at the story, I kind of see that it kind of can be, you can kind of analyze it and put it into a different situation, like seeing people, like you might look at someone and think, okay, I don't like that person, but then if you kind of think about it for a bit, oh, okay, now I get it now, this person, I get it, and I really like this person now. It's kind of like you can kind of extrapolate things like that out of it, and I wasn't trying to do it, but I can read it and think, whoa, I kind of like that a lot. So I feel really happy, and the thing that makes me the most happy is because I was reading, I was listening to some like motivational videos on YouTube. One in particular, I think his name is Les Mills. I'm not sure what his name is, Les something, but he had this line that said, what happens if you're on your deathbed and you're lying there in bed and you're surrounded by the ghosts of the ideas that you had but you never did anything about. And like that really stuck with me, hearing that. Like, how tragic is that? Like, you get to the end of your life and you had all these ideas that you had, and the way he says it is amazing. It's so passionate, but basically it was only you that could have gotten these ideas out there, and then these ideas are looking at you going, we came to you and you could have brought us to life and you didn't, and we're gonna die with you now. Like, it's so sad, right? But it's such a good thing because it kind of really hammers at home that you have these ideas, and if you don't do anything about them, they're just going to go to the grave with you, and like it's insane. So the reason I was really happy this morning is because this story of Lady Winter and the boy, who was thinking about winter, they have these characters have been in my head for a year or more than a year maybe. They've just been sitting there kind of like bubbling away, and like I'm so happy because I got them out of me. It's like I gave birth. Not quite as painful, but I got them out from here, out there. So I'm so happy with it. And like now their story, other people have read it and enjoyed it as well. Makes me so happy, and like it feels like I can look at these characters, these 2 or 3 characters, whatever in particular. I can look at them in the eye and say, hey, I did it. I let you out. That's my feeling that was today. That like made me feel so nice. It was like nicest feeling ever. And I really wanted, now that I've experienced that, I really want to do it more. Like, I want to get, other stories that are in my head, like other characters that have come to me. I really want to get them out there. Although I'm not finished with this winter soliloquy story, I'd really like to draw pictures for it, and then draw some pictures that I'm happy with, nice, and then like make it into an ebook, maybe a picture story ebook, for kids. Or yeah, because when I was writing it, I was intending it to do it as a kids book, and so that'll be something I'd like to do before the end of the year. But the fact is, their story has gotten outside of me, and so I feel so happy, and it's a great feeling. Like because I have this other story I'm writing, but it hasn't finished. It's ongoing, and it's much like different, because it's like I'll get an idea for a chapter, I'll write it, and I love that chapter, but we still got so much further to go. Whereas this short story is like done, complete, and I'm so happy with it. So I basically, and also, yeah, of course, yeah, I feel so happy that, because when the feeling, normally I would, like, if I'm doing like a public speaking in front of people, I'm not really, like, I'm not nervous much. I don't know, even if I made a fool of myself, I wouldn't probably be that nervous. But for some reason, writing is like, when I put it out there, like the link on Facebook, I was like, you just kind of like, you put it out there and you think, okay, okay, so that's done. I just felt like doing it, but you still kind of would like people to like it in a way. Like it's kind of, when you create something, I don't know what it's like, but for other people, but you feel you're vulnerable. I don't know what it's like, but at the same time, when I was writing this particular story, I was really not worried about what other people thought about the scenes that was happening and stuff. So it's interesting, but the fact that my friends did like it, makes me so happy, so happy that they liked it. Yeah, it's very encouraging as well, really, really encouraging. Like you don't believe, like, if someone draws a picture and you say that you like it, and you do like it, like, you don't realize how much that means to that person. Well, I realize it. It's awesome. Yeah, so I hope this has been really fun to do, like, getting it out of me. I enjoyed the whole process of it all, and I'm so happy. Sometimes I can just sit back and I have it on my wattpad on my phone. I was on the train today, I was just like reading the story that I wrote and thinking, I like this. I wouldn't change anything about it. Like, it was such a nice feeling. So I want to do it more. So yeah, this vlog was just basically me just wanting to capture the feeling of being so happy after written something, finishing a story, short story.